Welcome back, friends. Zach here, full-time reseller, and I'm back at it again this Monday morning. I'm up here in Durango, Colorado at my favorite thrift store, the Goodwill, trying to find anything to resell online for profit. If you're new to my channel, I specialize in mainly selling clothes and shoes, but I do sell some hard goods, and coming into the spring and summer months, I increase my hard goods and start selling more of those. But this time of year I'm still trying to flip a lot of clothing, so my mission agenda today is to be after a lot of springtime clothing, anything with high sell-through rates, premium upgraded materials, anything like that that's desired and underappreciated, undervalued, possibly donated. I will buy it on the low and sell it for the high. So follow along while I share with you how I do this thing. Passed on this shirt last week, and I'm actually shocked it's still here. I passed on it because the cost and also because it's kind of plain, but the other Burl Bow shirt I bought sold within 24 hours, and despite it being a little bit cooler print, I'm gonna go ahead and lift this guy. I think it'll sell pretty fast. All right, I like marine layer, but this guy is a small and it's a flannel and it's just cotton, it's not wool. So I'm gonna walk on it. Price is a little bit too high and the sell-through rate's only 38%. All right, as fate would have it, time, chance, and the universe bumped me into these Patagonia men's extra large cotton joggers, and the sell-through rate on these is great. 22 listed, 22 sold, 100%. They're $9.99. They sell for about 30 to 40. Gonna grab, making my way through the shorts here. I haven't found really anything good, which has been such a focus lately, but yeah, gotta keep working. So I'm always preaching to look for the things that are common in your area, and this is a brand I'm not familiar with. It is called Tilly. Went ahead and looked it up, and there are 22 sold and only 11 available, which means it's got a pretty good sell-through rate. They sell for right around 20 to 30. It's only $5.99. With fishing season coming up, with spring on the merge, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. This black diamond wool blend hiking shirt. That price is right on it. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. Had pretty good luck with this brand. All right, don't sleep on Vionic. It's a great women's sandals brand. These are a little beat up and they're a little priced up. So I'm gonna do the walkaroo. Small hard goods run through, and then I'm gonna make my way to the next store. I wanna be there when they open because the competition's out fierce this Monday morning. That's what we used to use when we'd scratch pencils on paper. Relic. I don't do a whole lot of luggage, but be looking for Tumi. Tumi's a great brand to resell. I do like to do some hiking backpacks, stuff like that, but I don't know a ton about luggage. I just know Tumi is one of the brands that really sells and sells for a lot. Kind of rare. All right, so 4 really great brands with pretty darn high sell-through rates, but I did pay up for them, and that's just thrifting here in Colorado. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the move on it and try to get down the road to the next stop. So seen a fellow reseller at the last stop, and I was really proud of him for making a good executive decision, a good call on passing on a pair of Dansko nursing clogs. So Phil, if you watch this video, just know that I had picked up those Danskos before you, and they were a little bit wore, and then I seen you walking around with them, and then right before I checked out, I went back over to the clothing aisle just to give it one more run, and I noticed you had put them back. Good call, my friend. Beat up Danskos are kind of hard to sell, and they do sell better if they have a pattern print versus just plain solid colorways, but if they're a little tore up, they just are going to take a long time to sit. And so that brings up a topic I wanted to kind of discuss, and that is making sure that you have room to store your goods. I am a small reseller that operates out of my house. Right now, I think I have about 540 items, as I did delist about 20 items in the last several weeks that were just slow moving. There were items that had been listed for over a year that, despite price drops, they just weren't moving. They weren't getting any views or watchers. And so that can be an indicator that if you're not getting any views or watchers on an item that you have dropped the price on several times, maybe it's just time to end that item and donate it. And if you're smart about how you do your donations and damaged goods, you can still expense the cost of what you paid for that item come tax season. So I just wanted to put that out there. It is sometimes better, I think, when you have limited space to store things, to not buy it all rather than buying down on the quality of what you're purchasing. And even great items that are beat up may not sell very quick, So you got to think about that. There's a ton of decisions to be made when you're out sourcing in the wild, and I know how easy it can get to get excited with a good item, not really look it over, get home and then realize it's got some flaws or it's not as good as maybe you thought. So definitely be scanning your items over, give it the old doctor's physical inspection and let it pass go and then pay for it. So just wanted to put that out there. You got to be mindful of everything. You got to be mindful of your space. You got to be mindful of your sell-through rates. And that's a big reason why I try to buy things that are 60, 70% and above. I do break that rule of thumb at times because there's just brands out there that I know will sell. And understand this, that when you're checking your solds and completeds, you're doing sell-through rates, that is a science, but it's not an exact science. So it may not always be right. And I hope those things help you. I'm almost to my next stop. If you did make it this far, reach out there, hit that like button. Lets me know that hopefully you're enjoying my content and hopefully you're learning something, or at least it's giving you something to do. All right, Methodist Thrift, let's see what we got. All right, just opened up.
In the place out in the valley, they had more of the beautiful elk ones that I've seen anywhere, and they were as cheap. They were kind of. I get looking at jewelry, please.
All right, gonna check out the shoes. And not seeing anything on this side. Two shoes and shirts. And now I'm on shorts and pants. Still haven't found anything here. Dansko Mary Jane shoes are only $6. They're a little bit beat up, but I just sold a blue pair that were also beat up for like $30. So I'm gonna grab. I really like myself. This is a Stio t-shirt, but the sell-through rate on this brand in t-shirts just isn't too good, and it's too bad. The price is really good, but it would probably just sit for a long time. However, their jackets, their outerwear, their shorts, even some of their hiking button-up shirts can be worth probably the investment for the right price. All right, my most consistent selling Gort brand, this women's Patagonia fleece, does have the local hometown college embroidery. That's all right. Somebody will buy it. It's only $7. All right, I was being nosy in the kids section, and this looks to be a women's Hoka running shirt for $1.50. That's a no-brainer. So here's the haul. Did all right today. Everything I bought was really great brand. Definitely paid up on some of these items, but all, again, brands that sell for me and sell quick. So just got back to my casita here in northern New Mexico, and I wasn't really planning on sharing my haul with you, but since this video is a little bit on the shorter side, and since I skipped my very last stop, which is just the thrift store down the road from my house, I got the time that I'm gonna go ahead and share these 7 items with you. All in all, not too bad. I was out thrifting between 2 stores for about an hour and a half. Plus, it's a 40-minute drive up and a 40-minute drive back from Durango to my house in northern New Mexico. So this is very typical of me. About every other day, I try to go up there when I can afford it and when I have the time. And so all in all, I spent $50 and some change for 7 different items. Definitely paid up on the majority of the items, but really only 2 of the items are gonna go ahead and need to be cleaned. And so I'm gonna go ahead and share these items with you, give you an idea why I bought them, give you an idea what I might be able to sell them for, and we'll go from there. Starting it off with this Burl Bow men's button-up shirt. And so the last video I produced, you would have seen me purchase a Burl Bow button-up shirt, extra large with an Aztec print, and I bought that just last week. I passed on this shirt because the Burl Bow sell-through rate wasn't great, but I know this is a hot brand. I see this brand being sold online like crazy. I almost bought a Burl Bow pair of shorts, but they didn't have my size and the color I was looking for. So be on the lookout for Burl Bow, especially in camo prints. And this shirt here is very basic, but because I sold the other shirt so quickly, right at a very competitive price, I decided to go ahead and pay up on this guy. It was 10 and some change, so I'm hoping to get right around 28 bucks for this, and then I'll tack on some shipping. And then this right here was just a black diamond merino base layer shirt. It was $4.99. I decided to get it because Black Diamond is a highly sought after brand. It's a newer style, and it did have an upgraded material to it, which was merino wool. It is a blended shirt, but that's okay. This is a great brand, especially with outerwear, hats. It does good. And so it's very expensive to buy retail, and that's probably why it does so good for me. And this guy right here, I'm hoping I probably could sell for mid-20s. I didn't comp this, didn't check it. I just know merino and a brand like Black Diamond will sell. So one of my bread and butter brands, probably one of my favorite Gorp brands, is Patagonia. These here, I was glad I found them. They were in kind of an obscure rack that I normally wouldn't check. And so don't be shy about checking on racks that maybe you're unfamiliar with. There might just be something that's been placed there on accident or by a customer who decided to back out of the deal and not buy. These guys here I did pay $9.99 for, but they sell for mid-30s to sometimes low 40s. And they're just joggers, nothing special. But Patagonia sells, and it's comfortable, it's good material. I think they're organic cotton, but this here is a Patagonia women's fleece Sherpa vest. I didn't check this. I just know Patagonia vests sell. It does have Fort Lewis College Skyhawks embroidery on it right here on the left, so I'll have to denote that. And I thought this guy was like $7. It turns out it was $8. That's okay. I think I can sell this for low 30s, maybe mid 30s. And I love selling vests. They're real easy to stage. You take a picture of them, you unzip them, take a picture, get a couple close-up shots of the logo hit, and then flip it over and take a picture. And so I like vests because they are very fast to list, and some types of clothing can be the opposite. So these are just another bread and butter pair of shoes. These are a little bit wore, but sometimes certain brands that are a little bit wore, doesn't matter, it'll help sell them. And so these are Dansko Mary Jane style shoes. And as I said earlier in the video, I just sold a pair of blue ones just like this that were a little bit beat up last week. Generally with Dansko, I make between $30 to $40, so not a huge amount of profit, but it's just a bread and butter brand, so I didn't want to pass on it. I will put keywords like business, work, teacher, church, all of those things right there will garnish more attention and get these shoes sold and get them sold quick. And so this is the one hat that I found that I was unfamiliar with the brand. I'm glad I looked it up, had a great sell-through rate. I think I paid like $5 for it. They sell for about mid-20s. I will have to wash this, and the Dansko shoes, I'll just kind of wipe them down, maybe give them some leather conditioner to brighten them up. But this hat here, I think, is the only item I bought today that's going to need washed. That's something, as I get more experience, I realize that I don't want to be cleaning items. That's a big reason why I always complain about cleaning shoes, and I'm very selective about buying really good shoes that need minimal cleaning. With clothing, they're a little bit easier and quicker to clean, so I'm a little bit more liberal with what I might buy, but the longer I do this, the less I want to buy items that have flaws and stains. And so probably the best deal of the day was this Hoka running shirt, $1.50. This is an example of the person who priced this not realizing Hoka's a great brand, and I think they thought that it was a kid's shirt. I found it in the kids aisle. It was priced like a kid's shirt, and it wasn't. I think it's a women's medium, and so this guy right here, I've sold a purple one before just like it. I think I should be able to get low to mid 20s. Hoka's a super hot running brand, especially with the ultra marathoners, through hikers. Anybody that's in shape knows that Hoka is very comfortable, and I even have a pair of speed goats myself. And so that's it. 7 items, $50 and some change spent. I should be able to easily get my money back with selling the Patagonia joggers and the Patagonia vest, and the other 5 items will all be profit. Hard to say how quick they'll sell, but these are brands that are kind of powerhouse brands for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that for today. If you like this video, please reach out there, hit the like button, make a comment, or if you would, please subscribe.